inside of you.
Blessings to all of you beautiful beings. It's Elena and I'm enchanted to have you be here on my channel. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new, consider liking, subscribing, becoming part of my little YouTube family. And if you've been here before, hello and welcome back to each and every one of you. Fantastic, great, amazing, beautiful souls right across the screen. Lots of love, lots of warm hugs, and hopefully you and yours are safe. So on today's video, we are doing the Viking Oracle card review. I'm very excited to review these cards. The first time I have come across a Viking-based Oracle cards was through Wolf and Time's Bone and Steel box when they sent like a little card, and I just loved it so much and I really wanted to know what that card meaning was, so I ended up grabbing one of these decks. I'm gonna have the price pop out over here. This was on Amazon that I have purchased it from, and well, without further ado, let's tear into this fantastic deck and take a look at all the cards. The box of them is like fairly large, which I like that, and it seems to be quite nice and sturdy. Oh gosh, yep, it seems to be nice and sturdy, so it will make for a very wonderful storage box. The artwork on this looks awesome. I'm gonna push that out of the way. So it comes with a little protective cover page. What I like to do if my cards come with a protective cover page like this, I tend to incorporate it into kind of welcoming the cards. I would write down a little either welcoming message or a little blessing or a little bit of both, and kind of fold it up and put it amongst the the booklet that has the description of the cards, like tuck it inside and kind of claim my cards that way. And I usually do that after I cleanse the card before I use them. So here's a little tidbit. I mean, you can do any kind of piece of paper for any of the cards to kind of start claiming the cards as your own and start kind of incorporating their energies alongside with your workings. But I like it when it has a little protection paper alongside with it, since it was already in contact with the booklet for so long. And I feel like it's just another little way to kind of connect with your cards and with your decks. So speaking of little booklet, we have the booklet here, which has, ooh, nice. So we have a little black and white imagery of the cards. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I really like it when information booklets put down the image of the cards alongside with their meaning. We have quite a good amount of information per card. I do like that they are numbered, so the numbers do correspond to the booklet, and I like that it has a reversed option, so you're kind of able to use them similar to tarot cards where you use them either right side up or upside down, and they have slightly different variations for that. I like that. Very nice. It has like a little poem or chant or saying that comes alongside with the cards. Ooh, I like that. Talks about how to do a couple reads. Ooh, oh, I really like how it incorporates like the Viking mythology alongside with the reading shapes. So it has like Thor's hammer draw. Nice! Oh, these cards look very nice. Alright, onto the cards themselves. So they're packaged inside a little box like this. I would have preferred if the boxes are like bigger than the cards themselves, that they had some kind of cushioning so that the cards don't end up rattling around, because I assume they did the box size per the booklet and then the cards a different size. So I would prefer that for like my storage type of method or preferences. But what else you can do is if you have like a selenite wand or something like that, you're able to tuck it in just to kind of keep it in place so it doesn't rattle around back and forth, especially if you're going to be traveling with these cards or using them quite frequently. So that's like my little pet peeve on the packaging. But that's no big deal. It's very easily rectifiable, or you can even take like papers or a little bit of cardboard or something like that just to kind of give it a nicer snug so the edges don't get beat up. Alright, so we are going to take off its little band here, and I believe this is a 45 card deck, and it has 25 of the Nordic runes and 20 Viking themed cards. Alright, so we have a 45 card deck here. Tuck those over down that way. First initial thought, they are not as big as they seem. Like I'm still able to hold them fairly comfortably, most likely because it doesn't have that many cards, and I'm like able to kind of wrap it around at like my knuckle size, if that makes sense. But everyone's hand sizes are slightly different. I'm just kind of giving you the overview of how it feels in my hands. Although this way is a bit of a stretch and won't be really comfortable to kind of like shuffle it like that. So that's the initial view of the cards. The other initial view, if you can see, like they kind of come out in clumps, and I don't know if you've heard me mention it in previous cards that it's good to take your first deck and kind of go through each card individually, if you can listen, just so that they unstick from each other, especially if they're made in this kind of material. So it's like they're slightly stuck together, and unless you go through each and every card, you kind of won't be able to unstick. But then also with this card material, they might end up kind of sticking back to each other in the storage box if you end up not using them for a while. So they are very laminated, very, very shiny type of plasticky card. They are fairly stiff. I would say they're kind of flexible when you go alongside it this way, but overall they're nice and sturdy. Like sturdy and flexible at the same time, where these types of cards are kind of nice and bouncy, where they would retain their original shape versus a couple other cards with different type of textures. But they're not very cardboardy. They're kind of like a plastic. Think of a magazine cover. Kind of even like the thickness of like a good magazine cover, since they're not very, very thick cards. Anyways, let's go through the cards themselves, and then I'm going to do a little shuffling test and my overall impression of them. So here we have the runes. Oh, I love, love, love the artwork. Absolutely love the artwork. They're quite stuck together. I think this would be a good way to kind of even learn the runes themselves. I love the style of this artwork, how it's kind of realistic but still has that like artisty painting type of look. Can you hear the cards like unsticking from themselves? Oh, I love the imagery. I think I could convince my husband to grow out a beard this long and tie it off with that, because he has similar hairstyle. I love how they have a depiction both of warrior women and warrior men alongside other types of imagery. Maybe I can convince him to grow out a beard and braid it. I love the artwork. I'm being very quiet for this one because I'm just like staring at all the details. They're like little paintings within the cards. Love it. They are very much giving off like that warrior vibe. Oh, I even like the scenery. Got Loki. And Odin. Those are the only kind of names that I'm able to pronounce properly. Beautiful. Oh, I love this artwork. The Thing. Of course, we have Thor. Valkyries. I would have preferred, since they used plural, to do plural in the imagery, but and last card. So they are all numbered, which would make it very easy to be able to look up the cards here. Let's see how the shuffling goes. Now, holding it this way is going to be a little tricky. They're not too slippery, and I feel like this way it's just like a little too tall, too long, even though it's easier to hold it. So since these are capable of being read upside down as well, let me do my favorite way of shuffling. Oh, my thumb is getting a stretch. Oh, this way is beautiful, 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 beautiful to shuffle it. Yeah, this way is absolutely like super easy to shuffle it. And they're nice and smooth, so they just like slide within each other. Okay, that shuffling method is perfect for these cards. So we have them all mixed up now, and a couple are maybe upside down? No? Did I do this wrong? A couple are upside down. So here is that. I don't think I've showed the back of these cards. They are absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love the artwork of it. I love the cards. The cards feel fun. The cards feel great and nice. My only drawback to them is like the texture and how they're going to be very prone to sticking to each other. So be very careful and cautious of when you use them, because they might end up just kind of like suctioning to each other and you won't be able to get, you know, a proper read. So that's the only drawback of these cards. Other than that, here are these. Do you have any other recommendation for cards to do reviews on? Don't forget to leave that down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to do like an overview of them on my channel. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, the whole shebang. We have tons of magical fun here. And if you've made it this far in the video, comment down a little tree emoji down in the comments. Well, that's where you comment things down, but put a little tree emoji in the comments, and I shall see you on the next video. Bye! So here's kind of what I did to keep my cards from sliding around. I just used two little styrofoam pieces that I had left over from my hoarding of scraps and cut them to size and just tuck them in so that they're able to sit snug without rolling around too much, and they're like the perfect height so it doesn't interfere with the booklet. So a little bit of a suggestion for you.